give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, Tiger Playoff Run Edition. Let's go.
My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. Perhaps you're familiar with his work. We have KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
You know what's really good, man. It's the damn Tigers, man. They did it again.
They did it again, man. Tarek Skubal, immaculate. Let's just say it like that. Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
What up, Spenny?
How you doing?
Good. You're going down to the park tonight?
I am, yeah. Me and the boys, there's like 7 of us going down there, so we're going to be squatted up downtown.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're all going to stop.
Odds on Spenny being at work tomorrow.
Oh, minus 100,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the number. Yeah, you know.
That's where the line opens at.
Minus 100,000 means it's what? Plus 25,000?
Yeah.
Spenny, where
like
can people find you if they want to sponsor you for the 9-9?
Yeah, if you want to send your boy a beer or something like that, I'll be sitting in section 115.
Oh, lower bowl. Okay, Spenny.
Tickets cheap, man.
$20 for these seats. Section 115, row 43. There's going to be like 7 of us down there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be out on the concourse and stuff before that. I know D-Mac said he might be down there. I know Maz is going to be down there. So, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. It's going to be my first Tigers game this year.
Because usually you just run the streets at opening day and then that's it.
I mean, yeah.
Now you'll run the streets and go into the game.
$20 for lower bowl, though. You can't beat that.
You can't pass that up, man. No, 100%.
So I told you, when Lil Chris get it right, you got to give him a little credit, you know. He got that one right.
Got what right?
The dropping the ticket fees and letting the fans come to the park.
You bought those on the secondary market for $20, right?
Nope.
Oh, no? You bought them from Tigers?
I tried to tell you.
Okay.
You keep hating, man.
Tell Chris Illich, nice job when nice job is done. Neil, you can even acknowledge
He didn't have to do that.
in this time for all the stuff. They look around and take the temp. This is knowing the temperature of your fan base and stuff like this. So hopefully people show out tonight.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Speaking of the Tigers, Daniela Bruce will join us.
Shout out.
Part of the Tigers and the Red Wings radio broadcast. She will join us coming up at 11:42.
Preseason starts tomorrow.
That is correct. So we're in it, everybody.
I'll be wearing my Red Wings jersey tomorrow.
We're absolutely in it.
The boys were down at the ballpark yesterday.
Who's that?
The Red Wings. Like all of them.
All of them showed out. Yeah, no doubt. No, it is. It's great to see. Tarek Skubal was Tarek Skubal. Close the door on the Tampa Bay Rays. Shout out to the Miami Marlins.
Shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, look at you. Now that I know when I got a Marlins pitcher and stuff like that, so I took the look at the score. It's 4-1 in the 9th. Neil was sitting there sweating, and if anybody doesn't know, Neil is wearing the Miami Marlins gear because they are playing the Minnesota Twins, and it's a win-win.
Some people on social media didn't know that. It was pretty funny, actually.
Yes, it actually was. Now, you also are we going to take this segment because you got some heat?
I did.
It's on this because the Marlins did their job, but what happened with the Guardians? They could have done their job also for us, right? Against Kansas City, but
Kansas City was in Washington.
Washington,
yeah,
I mean.
So let me paint the picture. I got a little Woodward hit list going right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Let's do step number 1. Matthew Broder. Royals.
Is it Matt Broder or Matthew Broder?
You have to ask him. I don't know.
Oh,
Matthew.
This is saucy.
When he walks around, it's Matt. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going by what's on the graphic. Says Matthew. His mom will call him Matthew. I'm going to call him Matthew.
That's fair.
All right, here's the deal. Royals Nationals last night. 0-0 going into the 10th inning.
Yeah.
Royals get a run. They had a couple guys on. Nationals did a nice job getting out of the inning. They go to the bottom of the 10th. 1-0 Royals. You start with the runner on second.
Mm-hmm.
The Nationals try to bunt the guy over to third, which right away is soft.
Yeah.
Right away is soft. Guy fouls off the first 2 bunt attempts, which obviously tells you he's not an effective bunter.
Right.
So why is he up there bunting?
Yeah.
fouls it. He's in an 0-2 hole, strikes out.
Of course.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Joey Gallo comes in as a pinch hitter later in the inning. You know what Joey Gallo's going to do.
Swing
He's
everything
swinging
or nothing.
everything and miss.
Yeah, everything
so
or
he struck
nothing.
out 2, boom, game's over. All
Yep.
right? Bunting. Matt Broder and his love of bunting, which I'll never understand. You'll never get me past the point you get 3 outs in an inning. Why are you going to give one away? That's number one. The mentality of bunting is weak. It's weakness. Go win the game. Get a hit and go
A
win the
single
game.
wins you the game.
Win the game. Or at least try to win the game. But you got people like Matthew Broder. Well, the situation calls for it. No, the situation never calls for you giving up an out. Never. Never. So here's the deal. Bunting cost the Tigers the shot at the number 2 seed in the wild card. That's right. Matthew Broder cost the Tigers the seed last night.
just gonna put that
his
on
fault.
Broder.
It's Matthew Broder's fault that the Tigers didn't get the leg up in the number 2 seed. It's your fault. The blood is on your hands. You did this.
These are your
Broder.
people.
These are your people out there trying to bunt and striking out. Your people. How'd it work, Matthew? Well, the situation calls for it. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Matthew.
Hey, Kenny, Mike G
I can't
says,
do that
can
to
you
brother.
Kenny, Mike G says, can you turn up Neil's volume and his tone? His tone and his volume isn't coming through. enough
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He'll
So-
break the mic.
Matthew Broder, thanks. Thanks for pissing away our shot at having the number 2 seed last night. The blood's on your hands. Your hands. So, hey, little Bunt Nation, everybody. Oh, well, just move the runner up. No, go win the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all for bunting in specific situations, but not with a runner on second and a chance to win the game and no outs.
Yeah.
Like, a single wins you the game.
Yeah.
You don't bunt there. You can't get a single, shouldn't be in the MLB. It wins you the game. I like bunting in certain specific situations, but
Right.
not that one.
I agree with Spin.
I rarely. Now, you want to say there's nobody out in a tie game? And you want
And the runner's on first. The runner's on first.
if you want to bunt, the guy's on second, nobody out in a tie game, okay, I'll ride with you. Provided you have somebody that can get a bunt down and not foul 2 of them off and be in an 0-2 hole.
Right.
Because then it's advantage pitcher. Look at the history of the numbers with 2 strikes on it. It was stupid. And people who support bunting are stupid. And people who cost the Tigers a number 2 seed in the playoffs, Broder, are stupid too.
You got to
So-
chill on Broder a little bit. I mean,
No,
he did
he's
play.
responsible
He
for
played
this.
baseball, man.
I don't care. He played a decade ago.
Oh,
All right?
don't.
The game has changed,
Watch
Matthew.
yourself, Skip Bayless. You don't want to go at somebody's career now. Let's not do that.
Bunting you get 3 outs. That's it. Why you giving one away when you're down a run? Why? I don't care.
That
who
wasn't
you are.
the right situation to
You'll
do it.
never make it make sense to me. Those 3 outs are your currency. That's all you have left. You'll never make it make sense. But that's okay. Some people are weak. Some people are weak-minded. Some people just want to tie the game. Nobody wants to go for the win. You've been outed, Matthew Broder.
You've been outed.
This is your fault. Blood's on your hands. So I hope you feel bad about it.
Hey, Neil, now the fact that you've pulled your guns out today and are shooting shots
He
off
ready.
anybody else you want to shoot?
As a matter of fact, D-Mac, I'm glad you asked. Because there is. It came to my attention, Mr. Ryan Ermanni of Ermanni and Edwards fame, by the way.
I was going to bring the bet to you, too, by the way. But yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
deliver it. Because look, I'll give you the backstory. Ryan Ermanni, noted Michigan delusionalist.
That's
Not
a fact.
fan, delusionalist.
That is a
came on
fact.
these airwaves, and mark me on this, came on these airwaves and guaranteed that Michigan was, quote, going to win out.
Yep.
Any lies?
He
Run
said
the
he was going to
table,
run the table.
yes.
I was there.
He said
They will-
11-1.
They will, quote, run the table and go 11-1.
Mm-hmm.
Laughable. Which is laughable. But that's
That's
him.
aggressive.
That's his shtick. That's what he does. Okay? That's fine. Live your life, man.
Yeah.
Live your life. Get your lemon water and live your life. So with that being said, now you tell me, we have an update to this yesterday. They did the watch party.
Yes.
Which a lot of people tapped into, by the way.
That was
Yes,
a lot of fun.
it was great.
Awesome.
They did a great job. But
Ermanni was out there hollering my name.
he was. He was.
Please tell me what he had to say.
Okay, so I approached him with the bet that you offered to do, and he countered. Now, I don't know if you'll accept.
Wait. Now, what?
Explain the terms of the bet that you wanted to do.
The fact that you say they're going to run out the rest of the schedule is lunacy.
Even I said that, and I'm a Michigan fan.
Lunacy.
But yes. So he came back and he countered, and I know you probably won't accept the terms of this bet, but he said if Michigan gets 9+ wins, you will have to throw a pizza party and like the cracked out pizza party.
I said they're going to win 9 games.
Yeah, you did. So this is why I know you won't accept the bet. But he said if they win 9+, you have to give, E&E a pizza party, a cracked out pizza party with chicken, bread, wings, the whole spiel. Because he doesn't want to do money. He likes experiences, he said.
That is what he said.
Yeah, so if
fair.
if you want to do that, 9+ wins, and then if he loses, he will do the same for Big D.
Why? I said they were going to win 9 games. I didn't come on a microphone and say they're going to run the table and go 11-1.
I tried.
So Ermanni, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Lay it there. Tell me they're going to run the table. Bet you whatever you want.
So I will go back with the counter offer. It's the rest of the season or nothing.
Here's the deal, D-Mac. I can only go by what people say.
Yeah.
And what you say, and then you call them on it, and then they're like, well, how about 9 wins? No, you said it.
You can't. This is the one thing that I have an issue with, right? Because it's accountability. Is if you can't say something, get called out on it, change what you said, and then act like that's your original statement, what you changed. So, just reset and just say, okay, you know what? I talked out of school. I was a little aggressive. I'm going to dial it back. Just admit that instead of, did you say that instead of going back and forth? There's enough tape, there's enough people in the room. It's just if you got excited, and we all do at different times,
right?
Of the year, we're going to get that way with our Lions, I'm sure, right? A little out of school, but just when you realize you're there, just be accountable to it. That's all.
Yeah. I ain't getting that out of place.
That's all, because if you sit back, and it's the excitement.
Yeah.
And I get the why, but it's also, too, if you want to have a real, be taken seriously, at least in my world. So,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with wrong with that, because if it was said, that's all it is. You just say, yeah, I said it. And I was wrong. I was out of school. I was a little excited.
Yeah. So
I had some Big D energy going on over there.
So I'm trying to be the middleman negotiator here, because I win either way.
There's nothing to negotiate.
So I'm a win-win. So you want me to take the counter back to him and say no?
There is no counter. There's no negotiation.
That's what I mean.
There's no counter. You said it, Ryan.
He did.
You said they're going 11-1.
But
so you talk all this ish, and then you're like, well, it'll be 9 games. No shit, they're going to win 9 games.
All right, so
play Northwestern some more.
What I'm saying is, so of course, you want the original offer. That's the only way you're going to make the bet.
D-Mac, you're 100% right. He's already turned this into an alternate reality. Just listen to the tone there. We're just going to gloss over the fact that he said they're, quote, winning out and going 11-1. And then when you call him on it, well, no, 9 wins. No. All I care about is this. 11-1. He said it, not me.
But you're still willing to do the deal if it's the running the table.
Sure. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I will take it back to him. I will update you on the negotiations going forward.
My favorite part of that whole exchange is when Neil said, "I said they were going to be 9-3," and KG goes, "Yeah." That was good stuff.
No, it is. Magic 754. I love how rent-free Michigan lives in everybody's head.
How's it rent-free?
Yeah.
When we're responding to something someone said about Michigan.
No,
that's not what rent-free means.
Yeah.
When it is brought up and it's a topic, it's not rent-free.
I'm just trying to get this bet done.
It's college football season. How could it be rent-free?
Chris says, I guess you found a fan who expects more out of his team than you do, Neil. Not true, Chris. Because I said they're going 9-3.
Yeah, he doesn't expect it.
And then Ermanni said, well, 9 wins. D-Mac, you pegged this before the show started. The reality is being aborted, and a new reality is being created.
Just go, okay, with new information, my opinion changes, but don't say you didn't say it off the rip. So, we're all excited differently at different times. It's just, where are you now? But if you're going to die on that hill, then die on that hill. But there's, we got to crack the tape out. Is it the accountability to what was said? It's just to the reality. It's just
It's
it
so
happens
weak.
so often, right?
It's so weak, and it goes
just
back.
doesn't. What happens? It's your credibility. If you don't say like that, I was telling Kenny, said whether I agree with it or not, right? When Sam Flannel makes a great point or whatever, I have to make sure that I acknowledge that, that I make sure that it's known, because I disagree so wholeheartedly with a lot of it. But it's also like I was telling Kenny, it's like when we have conversations on something, different people, some people are missing certain DNA and they can't grasp, or they only have a certain level because you're coming at it with a different experience.
Yeah.
That's all it is, just accountability. The one thing I respect about Sam the most is that with new information, right, you change your opinion. So if things change and you change your opinion, that's all it is. Just be accountable. Okay, yeah, I said it then. I was a little aggressive, you know.
Or stand on business.
I mean, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Did when Ryan Ermanni or anybody who predicted 11-1 or whatever, did they think the quarterback position would be this bad?
No, he said 12-0
not.
originally.
So with new information, right? Are they going to be able to run the Army offense the whole year and be successful? Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're asking right now? So that's all.
So Neil, will you be in attendance for the watch party? Do you have things to do after the show tomorrow? Because I can garner this. We could get this bet established.
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I pick the kids up from school, so you know that's what. There is no negotiation. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
I'm going by what he said. Is he admitting he's full of shit when he talks, or no?
He's not
That's
doing
it.
that.
Then he's full of shit. Like, I don't know what else to say to you. So, all right, we got to talk about the Tigers. People in the chat right now. We need to talk about Tarek Skubal right now. We're going to. It's a 2-hour show, everybody.
It is a 2-hour show.
It's a 2-hour show. We're
Dude,
going to
And
be
last
here.
time I checked, it was a 2-hour show.
Yeah, and we're going to be here, just like Dispo's going to be here.
Yeah, Dispo will always be here, right, D-Mac?
What's that?
Dispo will always be here.
I can't hear you.
Dispo.
Oh yeah, well this was always here. I was just making sure. I was checking in to make sure that
That's how you know the
QR code
Dispo's
was ready
working.
and everything else, because how would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? All you got to do is screenshot the image with the QR code and bring it to any Dispo location. You'll get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or DispoShops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
What about New Holland?
Hey, New Holland Brewing Company, everybody. They got the best drink in the game. Taller. It's the best long drink. And guys, they got us on this because it's the New Holland Brewing Company Woodward Sports pregame show that we do. That's where I tried them a couple weeks ago. Instantly, my favorite drink in the game. Made right here in Michigan from Small Batch Gin out of New Holland Brewing Company over on the west side of the state. Taller is the best long drink in the game, and it ain't close, everybody. And to quote Ryan Ermanni, I say ain't for effect. Right here in Michigan, support local, everybody. New Holland Brewing Company. Taller, the best long drink in the game.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. That's right, shop.woodwardsports.com. It's election season. I don't know if you know or not. Every time you click on YouTube, you probably don't understand it. But yes, no, it is election season. Campbell Holmes, they have my vote in 2024.
Damn right.
Get the Welcome to Detroit gear. we're still selling Boot Him Kid shirts.
Yeah, we are.
And people are still buying them. It's wild to me.
Every fan base kids gets booed.
Everybody, absolutely. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well, and it's all there for you at shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, everybody, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're off and running. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. And get your thoughts out there. And go ahead and, as we talk about this, we're going to talk about the Tigers. Obviously, the main story, Tarek Skubal, shut it down. And I'll give the Tigers credit for this. They played that masterfully.
Yes.
With moving the game up.
Because it started pouring.
It did. They moved the game up. It was absolutely masterful what they did. No matter what, Skubal was pitching that game.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted. They would have waited as long as it took.
For sure.
They were doing it.
You got to give some credit to Bo Birsky as well, man. They only expended 2 pitchers in this outing, man. That goes unsaid how big that is for these next 5 games.
No, absolutely. And it was a game. And D-Mac, you know what it was? It was another classic Tigers win from this season. Because there wasn't much going on offensively.
No.
That is for sure. But it doesn't matter. They won again.
That's all it was, and that's the way it's supposed to break down, isn't it? Your number one starter, your AL Triple Crown pitcher loading is supposed to hold the other team 1 run at the most. 7 strikeouts, just being electric. Sort of apropos to the way the season's gone. They're just riding the wave, but they're getting it done, and everybody's contributed, right? It's not just certain guys carrying the team. Their best players are being their best players, but they're getting it throughout the lineup. This bullpen and the pitching has been absolutely remarkable. I mean, I don't think Chris Fetter, the pitching coach, gets enough credit for the way that they're not only piecing it together, but how they're doing it. So again, big game again tonight. Just like that, we're down to 4 as the magic number. Like you said, realistically, after tomorrow night, you could be a playoff team.
Yeah, and that is the scenario right now. Mm-hmm. After tomorrow night, they could be a playoff team. And D-Mac, it's just wild to me because when you look at their lineup yesterday, 5 through 9, 0 for 14, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And they won.
Yeah.
And you never thought that they weren't going to win. But this is the season. It defies logic.
Yeah, it
that
does.
absolutely defies logic. And not only, it's not a one-off, though. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the way that it works. And it looked to me, Wenceel Perez was the only one having good at-bats yesterday. Literally the only one.
And he's been having great at-bats this last month, whenever he's been called upon, too. So, so what do you expect tonight, then? I expect the bats to get rolling again because that's what we haven't seen. We've seen them figure out a way to piece this type of win together, but tonight they need the bats to be going because why? You don't have Skubal on the mound, and you need some run support. So this is a big game. This is they're all playoff games, but this is the one. In golf, Neil, when you're playing in this match and you sort of have control. But like if you make this like 15-footer, which you're not expected to make, but you can really like grind the gears. You win again today. This takes like the air out of the sails. If you're Minnesota and you're Kansas City and stuff like that, and I wouldn't say Kansas City as much as Minnesota, but reeling as bad as they have, they know the tidal wave that the Tigers are, and they know what the Tigers expect. So they're doing everything they need to do tonight. Let's expect, and Spenny will be in the ballpark. So I mean, the bats will get rolling.
5 through 9 hitters, 0 for 14, 5 strikeouts. Was never in doubt.
You might get a
that the
Riley
Tigers
Green
weren't gonna
bomb
win
tonight,
that game.
Spenny.
Yeah.
You might get a Riley Green bomb tonight. And I can just see your head just ripping like
Little
this.
cheddar.
Might put a little cheddar on
Caesar
there.
Sportsbook,
Yeah.
the official sportsbook of
You know,
Woodward
that's
Sports.
that just came in. Do with it what you may. But what is Riley Green home run tonight on Caesar Sportsbook? Just for
Just for entertainment
Shiggles.
purposes.
Just for shiggles.
I put some on Kerry last night. That didn't work.
What do you say?
I put some on Kerry Carpenter last night.
for a homer.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Oh yeah, the base is loaded too.
I know.
Got a little horny, as they say.
I thought that was it.
But DMAC, it's, again, just getting back to it, it's incredible to me that you can have those types of stat lines And it was never a doubt that you were going to win. Like, that's how you know.
You never in the past would win.
Riley Green's
That's how
plus
you know,
630.
right? What's that, Spike?
Plus 630 for Riley Green and home run.
Whoa,
I'm putting it.
Not bad.
I'm doing it.
Not bad.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Putting it on there.
He's
Not
getting in
bad.
now.
Yep.
Caesar Sportsbook. Shout out Caesar
Shout out
Sportsbook.
Caesar Sportsbook.
That's
placed.
Neil, that's exactly it. That's when you know that they're clicking on all cylinders, right? You know that's probably the conversation AJ's having. You know, they're having coffee with Scooble, waiting out the rain delay, and going, "Yo, big dog, need you. You can go. I'm gonna let you go as far as you can go, but I need 7 out of you, right? Our bullpen, we've been and Scooble knows that as that rock. Even the last game, not this last game at home, but the last away game, they got to him a little bit early, and then he locked it down, right? So
And it was just D-Mac. It was one
that's
of those
what other
spots.
good teams do, right? With their number one elite starter.
That's a fact.
That's it. And for me, D-Mac, it goes back to what we talked about. Why is it different? What changed, I guess you could say. Why do the Tigers win now? Because when you have that guy up top, you know that you're getting a quality start. You know that you're probably going to win the game when he pitches. That's where it is, man. And you were in a spot yesterday where, yes, 5 through 9 went 0 for 14. But old Tarek, it didn't matter. Tarek Skubal was the best pitcher in the park yesterday. Period, end of story. And 0 was good. You know what I'm saying? He was going to keep him on a 0. You found a way to punch 2 in it, and OVA. Club was close, man. Like that. It just, again, it speaks to the run that this team is on, and I don't even think we fully appreciate it or understand it. When I throw those numbers at you, I bet if you looked up the history of when a lineup goes 5 through 9, 0 for 14, what's that team's record?
No, they definitely losing a lot. You know that.
You know what I'm saying? And it was never a doubt yesterday.
Yeah, but that's because of the guy you had on the mound. And this is kind of speaks to what this team has been all year. If you go back to the beginning of the year, a lot of their wins came in this manner. Grinded out wins. You know, we may not put up a lot of runs, but we will get timely hits at the right time. And as long as the pitching is good, we'll come through. And you saw that again yesterday, man. They have literally built the season off being resilient. So that's what makes this so amazing, man. But it absolutely
So
helps.
amazing.
Man, great song, by the way.
Great
But
song.
it just always helps when you have a guy up there that you know is going to go out there and give you a 0 every time he goes to pitch.
I'm amazing. Yeah, I'm all that.
Well, it was
If I ain't
good. It
on
was
my
good
grind,
because Jeezy.
what you call that?
No,
Well,
that's it.
no,
Don't
come on. That's
808s
Pete
and
Kanye.
there will be no 808s
Yeah.
and heartbreak slander in here.
That is Pete Kanye, but Jeezy definitely has the better verse.
Yeah. But that song
But that
is
is Pete Kanye.
great.
Yeah.
And no matter
What kind of?
never take that from me.
Oh, they might, Kanye.
No,
Hey.
I fear for him. He might be next on the
Listen,
list.
Kanye, people are crazy. He has the best 4-album run in music history.
What? Unreal.
Unreal. Just an insane run.
That's going to be erased from history.
No, it's
No,
not.
you can't erase that. It's just like
Actually,
R.
it's like
Kelly. They thought they could erase
They
R.
did it to
Kelly from
Michael
history.
Jackson.
They
did
they
it to
didn't.
Michael
no, it
Jackson.
didn't.
No,
I
they
still
didn't.
listen to Michael Jackson every
Michael
day.
Jackson gets played every day.
Yeah. And it's more like a 6-album run. It's
Oh, man, what?
Kanye's run was insane.
No, it's a good song. But I even feel like weird saying it's a good song now. That's
Hey.
how down
Nah,
bad it is.
you
Hey,
can't take away the
okay, man.
music.
Yeah,
man.
music is forever.
Kale still gets played to this day. People
Sure.
thought they was gonna get R. Kelly out of here. The music is a different story though.
All right,
Because
hey, let's
what?
talk
College-
about the. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say college
College
dropout,
dropout.
late registration, graduation,
My favorite.
808s, My Beautiful Dark
yep.
Twisted Fantasy, Life of Pablo. Like
you-
that's 6 albums.
You
that
throwing
are,
Life
I
of
don't
Pablo in
dispute
there?
that.
Yeah, Pablo's a classic.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
I would give Yeezus more credit than Life of Pablo.
ooh.
It was some joints on there though.
That's fair,
It,
but like
it could be over.
Ultra
That's all.
Light Beam.
No, for real though.
Famous?
Like,
CK, that's all I'm saying.
but it could be over for him, not the music though. The music is
The
timeless.
music is forever.
Timeless.
they're getting more and more powerful about that
Diamonds
stuff.
are
though.
forever.
Yeah.
Right. Don't.
right.
Throw your diamonds in the
I
sky.
can do this all day, Neil.
The Rock is still alive.
I could do
every time
the
rhyme.
Woodward Sports pregame show all day, everybody.
Good.
That I could do all day long for sure. And you guys know what it is, and you guys know what we're doing. Myself and Sean Belizian on Home Games Live from Second Best Bar, 42 Watson Street with the New Holland Brewing Company. pregame show. And don't forget, the whole day starts with Woodward and Maine, Terry Foster, Bunt Simp Matthew Broder, 8 to 9 a.m. every Sunday morning as well. That gets everything rolling. It's all presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Shout out Sabbath Coffee over there on East 14 Mile in Clawson. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. We're doing football days better than anybody. Better than the flagship. Better than the TV networks. Better than a POG. Better than anyone. It's Woodward Sports.
What about Caesars?
Caesars Sportsbook. Spenny just got down, as a matter of fact, on the first home run, or the home run tonight for Riley Green.
Plus 630.
And you can too. Plus 630. You can too. Use a promo code Woodward 1000. You see the QR code on your screen? All you got to do is scan that. You can get in the game. And here's the kicker, everybody. Use a promo code Woodward 1000. You can bet any amount up to $1,000. If you lose, you get it back as a bonus bet. Give it a free spin, everybody. Woodward 1000. That is the promo code. Jump in the game with Caesars Sportsbook. The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. If you're using the computer as well, very easy to jump and get all the lines that you want to get. We used it as a get right to get the Tigers in at plus 450. And we manifested it, everybody. You want to take the Marlins tonight? They were over 2-1 underdogs last night, and they got it done. Whatever you want.
Might be on that.
Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices at all the conveniences, the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Hello. We also have in the building KG, Spencer Raxter. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts out there. And, we're talking Tigers, and rightfully so. We're going to get into the lines. That's going to be more like a second hour thing here today. But we're rapping about it. And the Tigers did what we pretty much expect them to do yesterday. They took apart the Tampa Bay Rays. And in doing so, because Detroit's B team, the Marlins, got the job done in Minnesota. It was D-Mac. I've never seen a collapse like the Minnesota Twins are on.
What is their
Needs to be studied.
What is their record?
They're like 10 and 23 or something like that in their last 33
I think
games.
they're probably even worse.
It's wild, D-Mac. It's absolutely wild. But the moral of the story is this. Where does it end up? It ends up that the Tigers, I believe, 88% chance to make the playoffs now? They're in. They're pretty much in, D-Mac. And you'll remember, we gave that out as a get right.
Oh, 100%.
So when we do this Friday, I'll get all the records updated for you. We took the L on Washington State. We got the win. We just didn't get the cover. That's tough. Started out well. But, that wasn't the way that it worked out. But, D-Mac, they're in, man. Has it set in? They're in. The magic number's 4.
I don't like to
4
count
Tigers wins, there's nothing anybody can do about
don't
it.
like to count
3 Tigers wins and a
eggs.
Minnesota loss, nothing anybody can do about it. 2 Tigers wins, 2 Minnesota losses, nothing anybody can do about it. They play the Braves the last weekend of the year. We play the White Sox. You do the math. They're in, D-Mac.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you were ever going to count your eggs before they hatched, it would be now. But and here's the best part, right? Not worried about the fan base. We can do whatever we want. What is that team at the ballpark? No, they're heads down. They're playing ball. They just keep playing and playing and playing. They've been playing playoff baseball for the last month and a half, stuff like this. So absolutely. But when you put that's the reality when you break it down like that.
Those are
Right?
that's it.
So
barring
until
them
you see
falling off a
something
cliff.
different, because that tailspin Minnesota's on.
Needs to be studied.
Yeah.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports, the Tigers to make the playoffs. Yes, minus 1,400.
Wow, that tells
That's
you.
basically-
That tells you right there.
That's basically bank CD rates, right? You just take your money and put it in a bank in a CD for 6 months. No plus 750. If you're so inclined, you do have permission to go ahead and hedge if you want. Just if you want to.
Yeah.
For those that got it in at plus 450, the no is plus 750. It's a very light investment to hedge.
Yeah. I was listening to the flagship yesterday. A guy called in and he said that he bet the Tigers to win the World Series. I forgot what the number was, but he's going to end up betting against them in every other game leading up to that point to kind of hedge his bets. But I wonder what that Tigers World Series line kind of looking like.
Well, I'm glad you asked, because we can go ahead and look that up, because let me see here. They got a funny boost going. The Dodgers to win the next 2 World Series is 1,500.
Huh.
So that's
good luck with that
interesting.
one.
To win the American League, the Tigers are plus 1,400 on Caesar Sportsbook. So 14-1 to win the American League. And you know what, man? Like, why not, dude?
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about this yesterday with my Alavila text group. And D-Mac, I want to run this by you, and I'm glad this popped in my head just now. There is legitimately nobody I fear in the American League. Nobody I fear. If the team I would least want to play is probably the Astros. I'm not fearful of the Yankees. Who's going to pitch? I'm not fearful of the Orioles. What's their top end pitching like? I'm certainly not fearful. I'm not, oh my God, it's the Astros. No, I'm not. D-Mac, we've done this for a month and a half with 1.5 pitchers. 1.5 pitchers. I'm not afraid of anybody, D-Mac. I'm not. Why not the Tigers? Why not the Tigers at 14-1 to win the American League, D-Mac? Tell me no.
No, I mean, you're bringing reality into this. And as we get closer to the playoffs and stuff like this isn't just the hope just to get in and, that's the end of the season. No, there's an opportunity to actually do something. And it's always you look back into what do we talk about, especially in hockey, right? The teams that are playing playoff hockey because they're fighting to get into the playoffs at the end of the year, like we saw the Red Wings last year, that intensity is already ramped up as opposed to a team who's clinched and sitting back and waiting. So, I mean, the reality, and as we talk more and more as it continues, when they do clinch, when we find out, hey, who are they going to play? Is it, the away game? What all these things are answered, but you just nailed it, Neil, as part of, you have a great opportunity to win, and especially in this American League.
They do. Like, this is real, everybody. Like, this is the way they're playing, the style that they're doing it, how they're doing it, all of it. It's real. It's as real as it gets. I still don't, you know what's funny, D-Mac? I still don't think we understand how good Tarek Skubal is in this town. For real. I don't think that we appreciate the fact he is the best pitcher in the game. He's the best pitcher in baseball.
I like to hear more of opposing players. What do they say? When you talk to them about facing them and stuff like that, to the reality. And no, because we haven't been a playoff team. Maybe we get on a more of a national stage, being a playoff style team, and put him in front of the nation where they get to see him, right? Because when would you have got to see Tarek Skubal unless you're a Tiger fan, or maybe that Yankee game in Williamsport, or I don't even know if he pitched. But
Apple
on
TV subscribers.
right?
See him.
But then what I'm saying is that you get him into a playoff game and it's set up where he's pitching, everybody will know who he is.
Remember when we talked about who needs to step up? Remember that? And I was like, I know it's obvious, but Tarek Skubal. Do you understand that he did walk a guy yesterday. He did walk a guy. It was his first walk since that Yankees game in Williamsport.
No way.
His first walk
I believe
since the Little League World Series game against the Yankees.
I believe it.
Insane.
Because, he don't give free passes. He either going to strike you out or you'll get lucky and get one off on you. But that's about it.
But Spenny, that's my point, though. Like, I don't even think we understand how good he is.
Yeah, the guy is insane. It's like if you haven't seen him in person, like go watch it. Like I went to a game last year and watched him pitch, and it's just nasty. The stuff he has is so gross. How he can turn it on. How much like somebody Neil hates, but Justin Verlander when he was in Detroit, and he'd get better as the game went on. That's like
but the problem was he was down 2-0.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Worst World Series pitcher in the history of baseball.
But
this is not what I was talking about.
Right.
You'd see Verlander going from throwing a 93-mile-per-hour fastball in the first inning to being 90 pitches deep, throwing 100 in the 7th inning. And, like, that's the same thing that Skubal's doing. It's just insane. The emotion he shows on the mound, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
He's pumping his fist, he's screaming and stuff.
We talked
it's so
about that
good.
yesterday with my Alavila loyalist friends. And
I love that line.
He does it after he's out of the game.
Yeah.
That's why I like Skubal so much. He's not over there like so amped up, so ramped up. This was our Verlander discussion. He's much more calm and collected. I feel like there's not as much nervous energy. I don't see him with 100 pitches after 5 innings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I know your point that, Verlander would throw harder the later he got in the games.
Yeah.
But the thing for me with Skubal is, like, he expects it when he's out there. He expects it. He knew he was coming out of that game yesterday and he could finally let it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. He's cool, man. Like, the moment's not too big for him. That's why I can't wait for him to take the national stage. I can't wait for it. And especially, too, for him to go out there, he puts this up again. D-Mac, like, he'll get his flowers. Like, I know he's a Cy Young favorite, but I just don't feel like people are still in that it's cute phase. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where they are with Skubal still.
No, not if you're in the know, right? We're beyond that. I mean, it's
But I wasn't even in the know, D-Mac,
Well,
because when I heard that stat yesterday, I said, are you kidding me? He hasn't walked the guys. How long ago does that Williamsport Yankees game feel like?
3 months.
Yeah, you know what? He hadn't walked a guy since then, man.
No,
It's
but
insane.
I think that to your point is that his greatness, if you take a step back even more to what he does and what makes him so great. I mean, he does that and he throws strikes, right? Throws strikes, doesn't walk guy. I mean, how dangerous him coming off the hill from the left side. He just looks so violent coming downhill.
Pete Smith, Skubal breaks my pitch to contact brain. Remember those days, pitch to contact? Yeah, that was in the 90s.
The way
Pete.
that he hides the ball, too,
Yeah.
right? You can't see the ball. You can't pick it up. So that's why, the greatness, and I think after this season, when it's all said and done, start listening in the offseason when other teams, great hitters that you respect, start talking about facing Tarek Skubal.
No, absolutely. When we come back, we'll be joined by Daniela Bruce, part of the Red Wings broadcast, part of the Tigers broadcast, and she's going to be busy coming up, and she has been really all season long. Tell about Lady Jane's, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Walk in. Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, which is open 7 days a week, and you sit back. You can relax and enjoy a precision haircut or a scalp massage, a hot leather neck shave, hot towel treatment, all of the above in any order from one of the talented stylists. You can also take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in. They are always open. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
And let me tell you about 1800 Tequila. 1800 Tequila, the official tequila of Woodward Sports, Lions, watch parties, and post-game shows.
Can confirm.
Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game, live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township, and celebrate the wins with Smooth 1800 Tequila, a proud sponsor of the Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. Please drink responsibly.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your number one destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's number one sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Have you ever thought about volunteering but don't know where to start? Start with the Salvation Army Red Kettle Campaign. Visit registertoring.com to sign up for shifts. You'll have an option to choose a 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift to raise funds from the comfort of your own home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin fundraising at any time. Traditional bell ringing begins on Friday, November 7th and runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sunday. To sign up for volunteer shifts, visit registertoring.com.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter,
Hello.
all of you. And, we're talking Tigers. The Red Wings are going to be getting things rolling as well. What
Tonight.
a great time to check in with a big-time friend of the show. Of course, it is Daniela Bruce, a broadcast reporter for the Tigers and the Red Wings. Daniela, appreciate your time. Thanks for squeezing us in. Are you a little busy right now, Daniela?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not busy at all. Don't worry about it. This is totally cool. No, it's hectic, but in the best way possible. This is what you want, right? You want the Tigers to be making a push late in the season and hoping for some October baseball. So it's fun.
Daniela, you're a part of the radio broadcast for the Tigers, part of the radio broadcast for the Red Wings as well. Can we go back to, say, August 1st? Because we've kind of come to the light with where we were with this baseball team. So I'll ask you, Daniela, August 1st, this team, where they were at, no, we didn't see this coming. Did you see this coming? Be real.
No, not to this
Thank you.
extent. I didn't. I think what I did understand about this team that a lot of people didn't is that there is a lot of talent, and they're young, they're exciting, they care, they want to win, they want to be there, and they have some really good players like Riley Green. You have Parker Meadows, you have Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith. I'm sure I'm missing a few. Tarek Skubal, obviously, but the Tigers went through some injuries, right? Kerry Carpenter was hurt for a lot of the season. Parker Meadows went through a slump and had to go back down to Toledo to get things right. Spencer Torkelson had to do the same thing. So you start to think about what this team may have been capable of if all of those things didn't happen. But the situation they were in was they were trading away guys like Jack Flaherty, and they were suffering injuries. So I don't think this was quite expected. The run that they're on right now is incredible. But what was expected was the hard work that these guys put in. And I know that they want to win and they want to be here, and they were never going to throw in the towel no matter what the situation was.
So what's it been? Hey, D, what's up? What's it been like having like a front row seat on the inside? And so and you got to understand with Daniela too. Yes, true professional, right? Covers all the sports and stuff. But she's as big a fan as all of us. But she can separate her fandom from her professionalism. But from your fandom side, right? Oh, and by the way, your Lucas Raymond and Mo Sider got signed, so you can sit there.
We're
right?
gonna get to that.
I'm gonna see you later on today, but I was just gonna give you the right? Patience. But as a fan, like, when did it seem like special, like this, the way that it was different in covering it? Was there a specific moment where you thought, oh my gosh?
Do you know what game I go back to? And I was off this day for a personal matter, but it was the Tigers-Dodgers series here at Comerica Park. And the Tigers pulled off an immaculate ninth inning comeback and ended up winning that game. Now, they're not going to tell you there's a specific point where they were like, oh, there's something special about this team, or, oh, they can do this. And that might have been in July. Yes, it was in July still. And it actually was kind of early in July, but I remember watching that game thinking they have something here. No matter what happens this season, no matter what this turns out to be, we're headed in the right direction. And this team, they fight, they're gritty, they want to win games. And I remember thinking that after that game where everybody's counting you out, and rightfully so. In the ninth inning, you're down, and they come back and win that game to win the series against the Dodgers. And I just remember thinking there's something special here, no matter what the result is this season.
Hi, Danielle. Appreciate you joining us. And I just had to ask, it seems like Chris Fetter this season, everything he touches just turns to gold. Is there, a presence when he's walking around of him just, glowing or something like that? Because it's insane what he's doing with his pitching.
The kids call it aura.
Yeah, aura.
He's definitely got some aura. He's got some aura, that's for sure. But Chris Fetter's a really good dude. He walks around. He's just like anybody else. We have conversations with him all the time, but there's no doubt what he's doing is special. And I even, with the Jackson Jobe call-up, which is really exciting to have him here. When you look at some of the numbers he was putting up in Toledo, it's not quite adding up to the fact that he's ready to be in the big leagues. But when they get to work with Chris Fetter and they're looking for specific things out of specific pitchers, and they start to see that develop in the minors, then they get the call up and get to work with him. And you're seeing that, like a Brant Herter, Sean Gunther, even, and Ty Madden, just getting the call ups and being able to hone in on their skill sets and perform at a really high level. So it makes me really excited to know that they all saw something in Jackson Jobe, that they're like, yeah, he's big league ready. We want to bring him up. We think he can help us win in this final stretch of the season.
Daniela Bruce joining us, broadcast reporter for the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers. So she's going to be pulling some double duty here as things begin to shake themselves out. She will be downtown again, obviously, for the game tonight. And remember, everybody, by the way, 6-game homestand at Comerica Park to end the regular season. No fees, no ticket fees, as a matter of fact, tonight, when you buy them online. Spencer Raxter is walking proof of that, everybody. So make sure you get down there. Daniela, what about that yesterday? Because the crowd, the energy, and I was listening on the radio as I was driving around town and doing the stuff that I have to do. The crowd was hype yesterday. With the weather and the crappy weather and all that stuff and the switch of the game time, I understand it's hard for 38,000 to get down there for that with all the moving parts that were going on. What was the scene like in the ballpark yesterday? Because coming through on the radio broadcast, people were hyped, man.
We talked about this post game, actually. I talked about it with some colleagues and some of the players as well. When you see the crowd to start the game, you're like, man, it's just such a bummer that they weren't all able to get down here, that the weather's not cooperating, because this would have been a packed ballpark. But the fans that did show up were loud. That was one of the loudest games I've heard in a while, and it probably was half full. It was so exciting to see, and they were into every single pitch. And obviously with Tarek Skubal on the mound, that's easy to do. You're into every single pitch, but everything. And they were so reactive. They were so excited. Tarek could feel it. You saw his reaction when he walked off the mound in the 7th inning. He was acknowledging the fans. They can feel the energy. And it was, I don't want to say it's surprising, because I'm not surprised that Detroit fans know when they have something special going on and they have a potential playoff team to root for. So I'm not surprised by it, but it was just incredible. It was so loud. If you were listening on the radio, Neil, I'm sure you thought there might be a packed ballpark. You're like, wow, everybody really did show up for this game despite the time change.
All right, D, let's switch gears. Let's go across the road over to LCA. First exhibition game. Trade kit, you're all excited. Everybody's signed up and stuff. I guess just, we got a bunch of exhibition games, so we're going to see a bunch of different guys in the lineup and get opportunities, and not so much of who's playing tonight and stuff like that. But just give us a roundabout what you took away from training camp, what you took away from how the Wings are set up, obviously getting these contracts done, and what do we look forward to with the underway? The season, officially begins sort of tonight in Chicago for the exhibition game.
Well, first of all, DMAC, as you referenced, I was getting a little nervous about Mo and Lucas not being signed. Confident but still nervous, as most fans were. Both of them got signed in time for the season to start. Lucas did come up to Traverse City. He was at training camp. Mo just joined the team here in Detroit. But I think to have those 2 contracts done was just that, a sense of relief for everybody, and you can move forward with preparing for the season the way that you expect to and the way that you want to. So having them both around, and they're going to be Red Wings for a long time, that's great stuff. But this camp felt like it was very competitive, and it's always serious, but there was just a little bit of a more serious tone to this year's camp. And I think that's because these players know how close they came last year to making the playoffs, and they're ready to build off that, to do that again this season. And the competition for some of the young players that really would like to crack this roster, it's going to be tough for them to do, but they want to push to do it. And I'm talking about the Nate Danielsons, Carter Mazers, Marco Kaspers, who will likely spend some time in Grand Rapids, but they want to push to make a statement and make it hard for Steve Yzerman to decide who's on this final roster. You have Albert Johansson and Jonathan Berggren who are on prove-it contracts, right? They need to get out there and prove that they can be NHLers every day. So you saw some of that competition coming through. And the veterans that, for lack of a better term, know they have a spot on this team, right? That pushes them to be a little bit better. And you could feel that. You could feel that all through camp. I was between the benches for the red and white game, and I've never felt such a serious atmosphere for that game. Darren knows there's a lot of work that goes into it, but it's fun. The crowd in Traverse City is very into it. No, these guys were dialed, and they were ready to go. So I hope that translates to some of what we see in the preseason.
Well, Daniela, I know that you're super, super busy, and we're very, very appreciative of your time coming on. There is no doubt about it. And I know you've been filming some stuff with DMAC that's going to be coming out soon, so I'm sure that's very exciting. I wanted to tell you, too, in the chat right now, Ryan's reaction, Daniela, the orange fit is lit. People are feeling the orange fit today.
You want to know why I chose to wear it? Because I know next week, if we're playing either Baltimore or Houston, I can't wear orange. So today I have to wear
Look
my
at that.
orange.
Look at, hey,
Use
you
it
know
up.
what? There's levels to this, folks. There's levels to this.
Absolutely. Spenny, you got one more?
Yeah, just quickly before we let her go, I just had to ask about, like, what was it like for these young guys in Traverse City and in the red and white scrimmage to have Patrick Kane there this year? Because obviously, you know, he was brought in later during the season last year, so they didn't get the full experience. But he was out there on the ice. I saw some of the mic'd up stuff. Like, how was their reactions to having the greatest American hockey player of all time in their midst?
I think they were all very, I don't want to, like, again, shocked is not the right word, right? They're used to this. They saw him play last year. Some of our younger players just took it all in, right? You could tell they were taking it in, listening to everything he had to say, watching everything that he did. But even for some of our veterans, I sat down with Dylan Larkin and talked to Derek Lalone and asked them both about Patrick Kane, because this is the first full training camp and off season that he's had since he was a Blackhawk. So it's been a couple of years for him. And they were just really impressed with how good he looked, how sharp he looked. Derek Lalone said excellent, and he wanted to be cautious with that statement, but he said it's been incredible to watch what he's been able to do after that hip injury, and is really excited to see what he can bring to this Red Wings team after a full season, a full off season, I should say, of getting that regular work in and going through camp the way that every other player does. So it's going to be a very exciting year to see what Patrick Kane can do.
All right, well, Daniela, in the chat as well, Big M, Daniela always on top of her game. Yes, you are. And I do want to say this, like, from the broadcast craft of it, what you and Dan Dickerson do when you do your report hits is elite. It's elite on Dan's part. It's elite on your part. And this is like geeky broadcast guy stuff here. For real, Daniel, it is elite. You guys are elite at it. I enjoy listening to you, and we'll get you back on soon.
Thank you so much, Neil. I love joining both of you. And DMAC, I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, D. You betcha. Go Tigers.
Top secret projects. Daniela Bruce, everybody, broadcast reporter for the Tigers and the Red Wings. Man, you guys just doing top secret projects.
Top secret stuff. You'll see sooner than later.
I'm so juiced right now. Red Wings starting tonight.
I see it on your face.
I love it, man. It's just
Look at
the
this
best.
guy.
I'm so excited.
Hey, Spenny, put the camera on yourself right now.
I can't wait. I just want to.
Damn near red in there.
Let me give you the Tigers tonight. I can't wait.
Let me give you a nugget of what she just said there too, because there's not a lot to unpack, but here's right. She mentioned something about the intensity and the go to work in the business, the attitude or whatever of what the taste of last year to this leadership group and where they're gonna go. So they know what they're up against, and sounds like that's from day one coming out of camp. So we're gonna see the competitiveness. Yes. Huge competitors from the young guys, from some veteran guys, and stuff like this. You look at the roster. I'm, going through and looking at a speculated roster. You got a lot of good guys. Like there's players. There's players and guys that are going to be fighting for jobs. And I think, guys, and this is just me speculating, that if this is the year that you won't see somebody sent back down to Grand Rapids to percolate and get some time. If they're ready, they're going to get a shot. So I like to hear that. I like to hear that a lot. So
when we come back, D-Mac, let's just sprinkle in the wings.
Okay.
For the short segment, I got a couple of questions. I got a couple of statements. We're going to spend a ton of. Don't worry, we're going to get to the football, everybody. We're going to get to the football. I promise you.
Honestly, people are juiced for Tigers.
Yeah,
they are. I know.
It's been popping. Like they're hotter than the Lions.
And as they should be, because I think we all realize too. More like we said is that it's real. It's real,
and
Neil.
You never get this. It's a legit free spin.
Yeah.
It's a legit free spin. Like there's no fallout if something bad happens.
Yeah.
There's not. So they go to the playoffs and get cooked.
They were
boys,
supposed to.
Thanks for the ride.
Right.
Thanks for the ride. Like you don't get this because next year it won't be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like as we're seeing with the Lions right now. I feel like we're struggling with the expectations as a fan base. You won't get this again with the Tigers.
Yeah.
If everything goes the way it's supposed to be, because next year you know what the talk's going to be: prohibitive favorite to win the division.
Yep.
You're all in. When they lose, you're going to be pissed. Like this, you never get this in sports.
Yeah. The type of run they own. It's only happened in the 70s, 80s once.
Team of history.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Destiny.
Team of destiny.
This is crazy.
We're here.
We've been so thirsty for winning. Baseball, winning hockey, we got the winning football. Like, it's back, and it's just so good to enjoy it. Going to meaningful, sold-out September Tigers games.
You know what's interesting?
like
and I know like we're running super late, but it's germane to the conversation. You know what's interesting about this, D-Mac? is with the Lions being good, you know what they covered that I didn't even think about until it was done? And we talked about this when I was hanging out with my buddies before. They got you through the month of January, which typically sucks, and you didn't even notice that January went by. You know what I'm saying? And then, like with the Tigers, with this run, we're like a quarter of the way into the Lion season now.
Yep.
Like
and the Wings are starting. The Pistons are around the
you
corner.
Know, like the
college football's
energy,
going.
That's what I'm saying. And then, like the Lions' run last year, helped me get through winter, which I hate, as you guys know.
Right.
I hate the winter with the passion
Same
of
here.
1,000 suns. I hate it. I hate
here.
the weather here in the winter. But with that being said, when the teams are good, I forgot like how it's just it's
flow.
rhythmic.
It flows. Seasonal flows, and there's no miss.
And there's no miss.
Yeah. Dude, I was just thinking, dude, if you got like a 15 to 20-year-old, get them down to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting now because they like the last 10, 12 years in ineptitude, other than the Lions last year, getting us prepared. But this is becoming more the norm.
The future.
We got to get used to it. Just like, you know what else we got to get used to, Neil?
What?
Insurance.
Yep.
Insurance is the real deal. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping into extra fees. How do you go about doing it? I'm glad you asked. You should call my buddy Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or go to SwissINS.com.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Neil Rule here for the best youth football and cheer programs in the state of Michigan, right here in southeastern Michigan. The Boys and Girls Clubs at Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. That's right, still time, by the way, to enroll. The best youth football, the best youth cheer. What does that mean to you? Well, this. Ages 5 to 15. That's right, kids ages 5 to 15 have 6 exciting teams to choose from. Detroit, Belleville, East Point, etc. They're all out there as well. And look, here's the deal. Transportation, meals, all equipment, all that provided, and a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan, you know it's legit. The coaches have background checks. They're trained. They're certified. All of that. Quite simply, the best youth football league in the Metro Detroit area. The 3C Sports. Go to bgcsm.org to sign up today. Second hour of the show, and I know we ran late there, but we got one of those organic conversations going. Neil Rule, D-Mac, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. I love the people on social media yesterday that were giving me a hard time. Why is this guy wearing Marlin stuff on a Detroit station? F out of here. They just let you know that there's levels to this, everybody. Go Marlins tonight.
Go Marlins.
Go Nationals.
You enjoying being a double agent though, because the Marlins are your second team.
Yeah, they are. It's rare. It's rare you get a free spin. Mm-hmm. It's rare because I spend a lot of time in South Florida, which is probably why I'm growingly frustrated with the wintertime. But with all that being said, I go down there, and if I have like a long trip, I have a couple off days. Yeah. And I'll go to the ballpark. Yeah. And go to the baseball game.
You know what I just realized? I use the analogy that this Tigers run here at the end, getting to the playoffs, was like the Wings at the end. No. Tigers has turned right into the Lions last year, running into, what seed, stuff like this, maybe not winning the division, but getting in the playoffs and seeing what they can do. Because the reality is that this team ain't just limping into the playoffs. Right. Who wants to play them?
Nobody.
They are the 2022 Lions, except they will make the playoffs. They control their own destiny.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to get over the hump.
No, but they turned it more into like what we witnessed with the Lions and the free roll and stuff, like playing more with house money after that first win.
Steve O'Baby, Neil, are the Iowa Hawkeyes your second team when it comes to college football? LOL, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But yeah, so lots of Go Marlins there in the chat. Marlins and Nationals,
go
baby.
Marlins, go Nationals, go Tigers.
The wife and the side chick acting right. Yeah. How about that? Right.
It's one of those rare times.
Right. They both acting right. I'm just saying, man.
No, but I did want to talk about the Wings just for a couple minutes here, D-Mac. And I wanted to update everybody because I feel like we left on some bad terms with some folks last year. The Red Wings, some unrealistic folks. We talked about that. You said your piece on it, no doubt. What the Wings did in the offseason, and I've said this, Yzerman gives me Brad Holmes vibes. You know why? Guys are getting second contracts. And it's not Philippe Zadina that's getting a second contract. Lucas Raymond, no argument. Mo Sider, no argument. And I would say, if you're breaking these down dollar for dollar, I think they got a bit of a discount on Sider.
For both of them.
Yeah. Sider maybe a little more, but just given the nature of the unicorn of his position. But whatever, we're not here to talk about that. I'm talking about the vibes, D-Mac. He drafts his guys. They play well. He locks them up. On to the next one I drafted. And the only difference is this ain't the NFL, where you draft them in April and they're starting for you in September. It's not the way that it works. D-Mac, again, I hope that Red Wings fans are able to get over the sting of not making the playoffs last year and really lock back into this team, D-Mac, because the foundation of everything is in place. Period. End of story. It's built to last, D-Mac. That's the moral of the story.
Well, that's the whole thing, and that's what Steve Eisman said that he is doing, how he is building this team. It's to get back to the playoffs and always be back with the opportunity to win the cup. So foundational pieces are becoming in place. You're still questionable to who's that goalie of the future. But right now, adding Cam Talbot, as I said, at a .915 save percentage for his career, makes you, 0.15 from under 9 last year. So, I mean, it's an improvement in the goaltending, and that's what you needed. The competition, the intensity, and stuff like this, they know what they need. They did it to themselves, right? Like I said, all summer long, when they're looking at each other on the golf course or in the gym or on the ice, they're saying, we did this to ourselves, because it goes back to the Arizona game. So they're all prepared. It's not going to be easy, but there's a lot of competition there. And now more so than ever, all these guys that have played, are going to get this opportunity. So is it time for a Casper or a Danielson or a Mazer, or do we see Soderblom again? There's a lot of guys. We know Johnny Berger's going to get a chance. What are some of the other guys, going to get this opportunity? So we'll see. So the bottom line is who's going to make this team production-wise.
Man, the people are on fire in the chat about the Wings. I was going to go to the break, but we got to address a couple of these things here. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Sider had nothing here when he showed up and was thrown to the Wolves. He was. Edmondson gets the luxury of having Sider here. No, he absolutely does.
Sherrod played his ass off at the end of the year last year. Like, people forget about that.
We were hard on him.
Yeah, he struggled for a little bit, but at the end of the year, he was our second best defenseman.
D-Mac will ride off on this, and I knew the people couldn't resist. So I'll toss him a bone here. Mike G, D-Mac, is Coach Lalonde on the hot seat to make the playoffs next year?
No, he's on the hot seat. No, because if you listen to Steve Yzerman, that his of everything else, he's on the hot seat until Stevie says he's on the hot seat. So there's no hot seat like that. It's more of a hot seat in how this team performs and plays. Remember that 1-3-1 he was introduced in a couple years ago or whatever? Well, we better be seeing it in full display now. So, but I say no. As of right now, not at all.
All right. Spenny, let's talk some Lions when we come back. Tell them about Mark White.
I will tell them about Mark White, because if you're moving homes and you need someone to take care of you, just hit up Mark White, because he'll save you $5,000 on your closing costs. That's right, $5,000. All you got to do is call Mark White at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. Again, call him at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com to save up to $5,000 of your closing costs. What about Second Best Bar?
Second Best Bar, everybody. Speaking of the Red Wings, when you go down there, because it starts now, I advise you to go to Second Best for your pre-gaming opportunities. You know when it's game time, it's Tully time. So it's what I'm going to do. When I roll down, when I hit D-Mac from the top rope with, hey, man, can you give me 4 to the game tonight? And he does his magic and comes through. Guess where I'm going to be at about 5 o'clock? Second Best Bar, 42 Watson Street. In there digging in, good. Everybody. And that spot good. Second Best good because it is, everybody. An elite chicken sandwich, Nashville chicken sandwich. They put coleslaw on it. I love it. Tons of Tullamore Dew. They got the longer drink in there. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the spot. The little courtyard area, the big screens everywhere. Guys, 2 blocks from LCA. What are we talking about here? Second Best Bar. They're about to be the next iconic spot in Detroit.
There's no Rocky Marciano, though.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule for Feldman Automotive. We all know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi because they are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. But what if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? What if you want a different kind of car? FeldmanAuto.com. The playbook's the same, everybody. No matter what kind of car you want, there's a Feldman Automotive dealership that can help you get the job done. Take advantage of the Feldman Advantage, the most refined car buying experience in the car buying game today. Guys, they can't hand it to you any easier. Here's what you got to do. Want a car? All right, check. FeldmanAuto.com. Find the car you want. You can even start the buying process online. They're going to get it rolling, everybody. Feldman Automotive, they've been in the game since 1996. Let's just call it what it is, man. You're going on 3 decades. That's a Detroit institution. They're doing it better than anybody else. It's Feldman Automotive. Great partners in the community as well. The work that they've done with the Children's Miracle Network and the golf outing. You guys know we've talked about it a lot because they're good people in Detroit. We're about Detroit. They're about Detroit as well. Feldman Automotive.
Breaking news. Jack Fox was named your NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. 5 punts, an average of 49.4 yards, and 4 of them downed inside the 20.
Dude, shout out.
It's your best player, bro.
Dude,
I've said it for years.
He is a weapon.
Not said it for he's a weapon.
I think you got unplugged.
Yeah. You gotta plug your mic in. Got a little too excited.
There we go. Good.
We back.
There we go. Are we good?
We back.
All right, I got so fired up right there, Jack Fox.
D-Mac loves punting.
No, exactly. Screw your button, broder. It's punting, not button. Jack Fox, let's go. He's a fucking weapon. Can I get a shirt?
That's a
Not
Woodward
button.
shirt.
Button, not button.
Button, not button.
Yeah.
Fucking, especially here in Detroit. Fox style.
And
Jack
on the
Fox,
back- You should
I've
send
been
one to
saying this.
McAfee.
Neil,
What's that?
since
You
you've
should
been
send one to
gold
McAfee.
jacket loading Penny Sewell, I've been Jack Fox is your best player. He is so dependable, right? Every time. Every freaking time, whether he's sticking it in there or whether
Hell yeah.
hey Jack, I need you to throw 25 pass yard out or over the middle
He's
to
got
a
a
rookie
cannon, too. Yeah.
from your own 20.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Button, not button, broder. Get it straight.
Yeah, we got to make that a shirt.
We got to get stick in here for that one.
Yeah.
Puntin', not button.
And we
then on
gotta-
the back it says "piss off, Matthew."
Yeah, we can send one
Y'all
to
leave Broder alone,
McAfee
man.
would rock that, I bet.
And then we need another shirt, 11-1.
11-1.
And on the back it says "piss off, Ermanni." No, I'm kidding.
Right,
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
you
on
not.
one. I'm on one.
I'm
kidding?
joking. I'm joking.
I'm joking. I'm just joking with you. Ha ha.
Thanks, Gus.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Button, not button would be a funny shirt.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into that and get it out there, everybody. Someone, and it went by too fast, so I didn't catch it. Somebody said, Neil, I got to be honest. You're a lot to take most days, but this Matthew Broder thing has me rolling.
That was really funny.
Just give me a couple of weeks. I'll find an avenue.
No, for real. You was in our chat this morning trying to find the angle. I knew you was, man.
No, absolutely. Ryan's reaction. I think there's a legit argument Jack Fox is the best punter in NFL history. And we had a Lions topic
That's aggressive.
that we were going to get to.
Is it?
Ray Guy.
That's aggressive. Yeah, there's been some really good fun.
Let me just pull up these punt stats real quick.
Red Wings fan club. Fox will stick it in there for sure.
Do you think
unquote.
other teams got a game plan for your punter?
For your punter? Hey.
Like, no, because we run fourth down and we run fakes and stuff like this. Like, more so, I think you have to see it.
Yeah. Got to pay attention to it for sure.
No, you do. All right. Lions thing. I need a wellness check on everybody. We had Dr. Jeff Pierce come on yesterday, and we broke down the whole Frank Ragnow situation. I think Doc Pierce and I are kind of in lockstep. You will see Frank Ragnow again sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Maybe not this week.
I wouldn't be surprised, though.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If you gave me good enough odds, I would bet it. But I think
Same for
show in the Dallas.
Saving for the boys.
So either way. But D-Mac, let's all do a wellness check here. Are we worried about the injuries? Can we chat pull that? Just real cut and dry. Are you worried about the Lions' injuries? Yes or no? I keep going back and forth on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always not a good thing. We've always said availability is the number one thing. So I guess it would be to see what the severity is or, who's going to be playing. But I bring it up all the time, right? Dan Campbell, what did he say? The first thing he realized and he learned, he had to prepare this team like he had to replace every starter. So if that's the case, this is what it comes down to. Every team goes through it. You just... are these injuries things that if they play, they could get worse? That's what you don't want. So I think they're fully capable, their training staff and their doctors and everything out to make the best decision for, the player and the team. So in that sense, I'm not worried. But again, I don't like to see guys going up on the injury report list or getting knocked around or anything like that. Yeah, that worries me because if my team's healthy, you can't beat me. When they're not, okay, then we're susceptible.
Crazy Clown. Neil should debate Broder one-on-one about who knows more about baseball. Sit him down. Sit him down. He likes bunting, so I already have a leg up on him right there. Woodward Sports chat thread. Top 5 situations Matt Broder called for bunting. Okay, let's break it down real quick. Top of the first inning, leadoff hitter. Broder calls for a bunt. If he gets a hit, second batter, Broder calls for a bunt. If he gets on, third hitter, Broder calls for a bunt. You see what I'm saying here. You know where I'm going with it. Is there a top 5 today? Yes, there is. 12:36. Top 5 wing sauces.
Yep.
Electric.
And there's going to be a heated. I have a hot take about it. I do. You Parmesan garlic people.
Come on, don't do that.
You Parmesan garlic. We're
Don't do that.
We're gonna have a chat.
Don't do that, Neil.
We're gonna have a chat.
I already see where this is going.
Yeah, screw those guys.
I think you're outnumbered, Neil. I think you're outnumbered.
I don't know. I think it's even.
Don't give me the death stare down.
Dude, he pulled this guy out earlier today.
Right. Don't give me the death stare down. You are on an island, Mr. Neil Rule.
Neil be pointing his gun at you.
He do, man. Just waiting to shoot. Yosemite Sam over here.
What about you and the injuries? You said you're back and forth.
The Ragnow one, yes. The Davenport one, I heard Flannel Sam spewing rhetoric this morning on Wake Up Woodward,
See, I told you.
8 to 10 a.m., where he was like, you give Brad Holmes a pass for signing Marcus Davenport, and this is what happens. Flannel Sam and people like Flannel Sam. Remember this. Marcus Davenport cost you less money than Matt Prater cost the Cardinals. It was a free spin. It was always going to be a free spin.
And he got you a win.
The history told you that it was probably going to end up like this. It was a $3 million spin on a buy low, high return investment. Did he crap out? Yes, he did. Was it totally? Do you think Brad Holmes in the front office was like, "Oh my God, Davenport got hurt. I can't believe this." You think Brad Holmes in the front office was like that? In no world were they. It was a $3 million free spin. He cost less than a kicker in this league. You see what I'm saying here?
No,
this
agree.
isn't a stunner to them. They're not sitting down there in Allen Park going, "I don't know what our next move's going to be." Like, the overreaction to that was laughable to me, D-Mac. The Davenport thing does not concern me at all. Because I bet you in their heart of hearts, you knew by the contract. And you knew by his resume. They got to move up their sleeve. I'm not concerned about that, D-Mac. They're going to... Do people like what they've seen from Levi Onwuzurike? Do people think that Brad Holmes was sitting here going, "We're all in. If this Davenport thing doesn't work, we're never going to win the Super Bowl"? Do you think that, D-Mac?
No, not at all.
Not for a second.
He was like the Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah.
Of your secondary, where it was like it was a bonus if it worked out, but odds are, was it going to end up on the IR?
No, absolutely. Lorena Rios, Neil getting granular again. What's granular about that, Lorena? He costs less money than a kicker.
Talk your shit, Neil.
Like, what's granular about that?
Yeah.
It's a statement of fact.
Yeah, suck it, Lorena.
No, I'm not saying that, but,
Spinny is, though.
Whatever. Chef Big Time, garlic parm is worse than Deshaun Watson. That's a strong statement, but, I see where you're working.
I mean,
and Neil, I do agree with you
You're acting
100%.
like garlic parm
they,
is freaking kettle corn, bro. Or not kettle corn.
Candy
what's
corn.
it?
yeah.
What's
Candy
this?
corn.
Don't worry, he gonna
Candy
get his.
corn.
He gonna get his,
shit
man.
Mazzies.
But Neil, just to push back a little bit, because I totally agree with what you're saying. They knew what they were getting into by doing this deal with him, considering the lengthy injury history that he had. Pause. But I kind of want this to not so much be a strategy going forward, though, because when you look at what happened with Marcus Davenport, you look at what happened with Emmanuel Mosley now twice. Not to say, that they shouldn't do this, but the fact that you like to buy cheap, get the injured player on a cheaper contract, like you said, a free roll, essentially.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have. It has paid off sometimes, but most of the time it hasn't. So I don't know if I would make that a priority going forward, if you catch my drift, as far as like roster evaluation and going to get talent. I wouldn't make that one of my primary moves, because that seems to be something that he relies on a lot.
For me, though, if you're talking less money than a kicker,
no, I get
with
it.
the potential, I'll do it all the time.
I get it, but look at the positions, though. Like Emmanuel Mosley, he was supposed to come in and possibly be your number 1, number 2 corner. You look at Marcus Davenport. Yes, of course, they knew about the injury history, but you were kind of counting on him to be that starter guy on that opposite end of Hutch. These are 2 key positions that the Lions couldn't really afford to lose people at. So that's all I'm saying. Just absolutely, they were prepared for this, but going forward, I don't know if I want you to continue trying to use that strategy as one of your top strategies to acquire players.
Do we all understand, D-Mac, that there's still angles to play? There are still angles to play. And we've seen the trade deadline become weaponized in the NFL.
Absolutely.
This year, I think you're going to see the trade deadline be along the lines of the hockey trade deadline.
Or the
NBA.
Take a new life force.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the last few years in the NFL, it has acted more like the hockey, like for years in the past growing up, trade deadline didn't mean anything in football.
Bengals are 0-3, and they have a top tier edge rusher that's playing without a deal right now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's facts.
Just saying. Andy's friends with DJ Reader. Andy was in New Orleans with Dan Campbell. Just saying.
And to your point, Neil, they left themselves open. They have cap space in order to make a move if there is a move to be made. So that's why I'm not necessarily worried about it, but I was just talking about, Brad Holmes' philosophy.
Okay. I want to talk about the cap space thing for a second, because I think this is important for the people to know, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it because Spenny's yelling at me to take the break right now.
I'm a little bit.
And you're not going to hear this on the flagship or anything like that because nobody's that refined, all right? But there is something I do want to bring to the talk about it. Wait till we come back. This would probably be a good angle for you guys to sit through this, because I'm going to bring up something important with what I think the Lions, and it might shed some light on not only the trade deadline, but going forward as well. KDK Law.
Divorce.
Right here in Birmingham. Let's get serious for a second. If your marriage is falling apart, That's what? No, I'm telling you serious, and then you're over there laughing. Dude, this is serious. If your marriage is falling apart.
You won't be laughing when your marriage falls apart.
Statistics say it's going to happen to more of you than less of you.
That's true.
But anyway, I digress.
Know who you marrying.
If that's happening, child custody's on the table, family law, all of that stuff. Scary, right? Probably keeping you up at night. How about KDK Law right here in Birmingham? Because they will have your back. Kevin and Catherine, here's why. I just told you it's keeping you up at night. 24/7 availability. Over 10 years of experience. Scan the QR code on the screen. Go to kdklawoffice.com. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and they will pay your filing fee. Guys, this isn't going to go away, no matter how much you hope it will. You got to handle this. So get excellence on your side. Why would you not? KDK Law in Birmingham, they'll have your back.
And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Fuel your Lions
If your coffee's
fandom.
falling apart in the morning.
If your coffee's falling apart, all you got to do is order Sabbath Coffee Roasters. You can subscribe, and they will send delicious, freshly made, locally roasted specialty coffee to your door. Go to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. It'll literally keep it going. I had some today. It is delicious.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right. Keeping it pushing, everybody. Top 5 list coming up in about 8 minutes. Top 5 wing sauces. There's going to be debate.
There will.
You keep giving me that death stare and you outnumbered. That's fine.
I don't know if he's outnumbered. Might be pretty even.
Really?
Save it, boys. Save it.
Okay.
What were you so poignantly saying?
Yeah, D-Mac called the dogs off over here.
Look, he's intimidated already.
I'm not.
He's
not at all.
intimidated already.
I keep
Can't
my
just tell on himself?
I keep mine on the chain
You
if you
just
catch
tell
my
on
drift.
himself?
So I ain't want to
Got
call
a
you out your name, but
All right. Just remember.
I keep mine on the chain.
I'm good in any hood and yet in the yak.
That's
so
true.
Just remember that.
You cleared. But Detroit, though, that's a different story. That's my territory. You feel me?
Catch me in South Dump.
South Warren, stand up.
South Dump. You want to see a
South Warren. Hey, shout out Warren, man. Slept on.
Shout out Warren.
What?
South Dump.
Had some good times in Warren.
Jack Stark in the chat, and this is important. Oh, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Appreciate all the new eyeballs on Woodward Sports as well, because we do football better than anyone, and we're doing it right now, as a matter of fact. Jack Stark, there's a reason Brad has a ton of cap space right now. He's been prepared. And Jack, I had somebody reach out on social media and ask me about that. They're like, Neil, what's up with Brad Holmes kind of leaving all this cap space on the table? And there was something that I knew, but I didn't know the technicalities behind it. Did the room know that the cap space you have this year, if you don't use it, it slides over to next year? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just cap space for this year, and if you don't use it, it's gone.
Right.
It slides over to the next year as well. So that tells me, you know what that tells me, D-Mac? And we do this, right? And this is why I kind of got deep in the contract stuff, because I feel it was an angle that's not covered in Detroit by anybody in the mainstream that you listen to. It tells you what's going to happen next. And what's going to happen next, D-Mac, with all that space, the Aiden Hutchinson deal is going to get done soon.
Fact.
You feel me on this? Like, that's what's going to happen. And it could happen in the next offseason, as a matter of fact.
I think so. They have to.
So you see what I'm saying here? They're going to be locking up the pillars, but staying mobile. And it's something that we have discussed for a long time. So to the people that reached out on the socials, why are they not using their cap space? Because you don't have to use it this year. It carries over to next year. And so if you had maybe a certain defensive end that you wanted to give a large block of money to,
there it is.
There it is, everybody. Like, it's pretty evident what's going on to me. It's pretty evident. Woodward Sports chat thread, JP17. I thought everybody knew that about the salary cap. I knew it, but I didn't know the technicalities behind it, so I had to look into it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, and I'm not. That's one thing I'm not going to do is just sit out here and just start talking to talk when I don't know what I'm talking about. Save that for the 2 to 4 show when they say Michigan's going to go 11-1. Stephen Baffy, McNeil needs his deal, or McNeil needs his deal too. Excellent point. You see where we're going with this, D-Mac?
Yep.
That's where we're going with it. And that's why, like, the Max Crosby people. You know, like give them. I had my buddy Terminal Dennis. Whatever it takes. 3 first-rounders. Whatever it. Easy guy.
Right.
Easy.
Let's not do that.
The whatever it takes guy. Whatever it takes.
Whatever
guy.
it takes. Like easy, everybody.
I'd like to check their credit. I like to see where their credits are.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah. So it is. I think that's what you're going to see. That guy up north. Who are the free agent defensive ends next offseason? We can do that show, but we're not going to do that show today.
Yeah, it's
Not today.
I'd be
It's
more
week 4.
interested as you're looking in who are some of the guys that are coming into maybe that at the trade deadline might be a piece that you could, right? So it's more of like, as you see in other sports, the sign and trade, right?
And I say, D-Mac, I say all of that to say this. I think this will be the year. You brought up a name, Spenny, down there in Cincinnati, languishing away. I think that this may be the year you see Brad Holmes dip his toe in the rental market.
Yeah.
In the rental market.
No long-term contracts. Just let's go chase a Super Bowl.
For you're going to be here for 7 games, hopefully 9, hopefully 10. You know what I'm saying, D-Mac?
Make a difference, yep.
And if the market conditions present themselves, I think you could see that. And what do I mean by that? A distressed asset like Spenny.
Trey Hendrickson. Who is comfortable with people on the defensive line and the coaching staff. Like I said, he was in New Orleans with Dan Campbell. Played with DJ Reader last year. And he hasn't got a deal yet. So I think that would be a good idea. He's proven that he would play without his deal. It's not like Hassan Reddick, who's holding out, and he won't play unless he gets signed. Trey Hendrickson's playing right now, and he's playing well. He's already got 3 sacks on the season. So
sound like a Dan Campbell guy to me.
Yes.
So I think that, and I'm not calling for it. Conditions got to be right. But that's why I like the guy that's in charge here, D-Mac. That's why I'm comfortable with him. That's why I ride. And it's not being a slap. It's not being a simp. Look at where we were. Look at where we are.
Oh, he did sign.
Look at where we're going.
Trent Hendrickson does have his deal. That's my bad.
Got his deal done in the offseason?
Yeah. 4 years, $60 million.
So 15?
That's pretty
Very
doable.
manageable.
That's pretty doable.
It's pretty manageable, D-Mac. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think that this will be the year that we see him dip his toe in the market, in the trade market. I stand on that.
I think so too, because that's what. Also, too, you got to look around and see where are we planning on getting to. We're talking about Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that means you're going to do whatever it takes to finalize pieces, and that's why you've kept the, versatility, right? That's the one thing too, is they've remained versatile. We see it so much in the NFL too, as teams that sort of hamstring themselves either with a quarterback contract or different things like that, or having to trade and the way to do it differently. This Brad Holmes way seems to be working, because not only do you draft guys that play, you're also into re-signing some of your same guys, right?
Wait, no.
Your mainstays.
Hendrickson signed that deal a while ago. Next year is the last year of his deal.
So he is in limbo.
He has 0 guaranteed salary for this year and next year. He is at $20 million in the cap this year and $18 million in 2025.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Which also goes to tell you, too, if that were an angle, what you do then is you wait up until the deadline and let the Bengals pay as much of that as possible.
Yep.
That's the way this works. It's not something they're going to do now. I'm just telling you guys, this if they are going to get involved with something like that, it won't be until the deadline. You have the Bengals pay every single dollar that you can have them pay. Makes sense, right?
Makes sense to me.
Somebody asked, who are the edge free agents next year? Spot Track has them listed as Khalil Mack, Hassan Reddick, Matt Judon, DeMarcus Lawrence, Josh Sweat, Chase Young, etc.
I would trade for, like, I don't know. I know it's like hard for me to say this, because he's shown us that he's not going to do it throughout his years here. Brad Holmes has. But what has Sheila Ford Hamp, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, Aiden Hutchinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Aaron Glenn, what have they all been saying in the offseason and so far this year? Super Bowl. Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Win a Super Bowl. If you're doing that, trading for a guy like Trey Hendrickson is a win a Super Bowl move.
No doubt.
It just fits perfectly 0-3 Bengals, a guy that your coaching staff is already familiar with, a guy that your defensive line members, some of them have played with already. Like, I think it would be amazing.
And Smitty, I got to push back a little bit, only because, and I know I always say this, it was leaked last year that they did try to inquire about Danielle Hunter.
That is true.
So this is not totally out of the realm of possibility.
And he's cheaper than Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, facts.
No, absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. I'm not interested in taking ammo away from Brad Holmes.
I am.
There will be a balance of both.
Exactly.
I'll take ammo away from Brad Holmes to give ammo to Aaron Glenn to win a Super Bowl this year. I am comfortable in that.
And they're not going to handicap themselves.
Again, Super Bowl team, what's needed?
Yeah.
You pull it all stops. So if it's taking away, is Brad Holmes, you think, capable to adapting?
Yeah.
I do.
But he's not going to compromise the future
He's
either.
not-
They're
exactly.
a smart enough franchise to know, okay, I'm not just going to F them picks like the Rams did. They're going to keep something in the chamber. But if there's a move to be made, then he will look at that. He will.
There it is. So, yeah, all right, let's take the break. Come back. Top five.
Yes, sir.
Top 5 wing sauces, KG.
Don't start with me. You don't want this smoke over here, Mr. Rule.
You're looking for a way out.
I'm not. I'm right here at your doorstep.
Yeah, I know you are, KG.
What's up?
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
No, I'm right here.
Hey,
I did that earlier. No, I'm good.
Stick, can you come in here and get the audio booth?
No, not at all.
I'm coming back at 101.
Not at all. I'm right here. Posted 3 shows. Holla at me.
I ain't hard to find.
Okay. We're gonna see.
What about Randy Watts?
Yeah, how would you like to play golf with me, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson? It's a Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you can play like a VIP. Go to @woodwardsports.com or scan the code right above me on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show, both live from Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company. They got the taller long drink, the Tangerine Space Machine, and all of those good drinks. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. We'll be out there this weekend. We'll be out there every weekend. You know why? Because Woodward Sports is doing Lions coverage better than anybody in the state. So come join us at Hayes Social for the live watch party and the post-game show.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Look at this. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is debuting wings. Perfect timing on these reads. But make sure you get some of that. Had the lemon pepper yesterday. It was amazing. They got buffalo. They got 7 different flavors for you to choose from. Limited time offer, so grab the wings for football season while you can now. To find a Soroki's near you, go to Sorokis.com.
All right, it is time, everybody. Top 5 Wednesday. Why is it a top 5, Spenmo?
It's half as boring as a top 10 list.
There you go. Absolutely. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts. We are going to do it.
I do have a request from one Ryan Litz.
Okay.
He said going forward, when we send him our top 5 lists, send him pictures to use as well. Because he's running out of pictures. Well, not of D-Mac, obviously.
Right.
You just Google D-Mac and find a million
For real.
pictures.
Getty Images.
But, yeah. Send him a picture you want
You
to put on
guys will
there.
do that. He can find ones of me, I'm sure.
Right.
That's easy enough.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna do the usual rotate there.
Sounds good to me.
Leading off, Spencer Raxter from Michigan State University.
All right, here we go. Top 5 wing sauces. And this is part of the reason why I just said that. But top 5 wing sauces. At number 5, I just got buffalo. It's solid. It's a classic. It's a staple. Anywhere you go, any bar, you order some buffalo wings, they're probably going to be good.
Yep. Do you find yourself like when you go to a new place? Do you just get buffalo first to see where they stack up?
It's a good safety wing.
Yeah, you can't mess it up.
It's a control wing. Like, you know what you're going to get with buffalo. At number 4, I got spicy sweet chili. I love that. You get a little spicy, a little sweet. It's good tang. Depends on where you get it from, but I love me some sweet chili. At number 3, I got Caribbean jerk. You know, come on. Like the flavor, the jerk wings, wherever you get them, go downtown, get some real good ones. I love jerk wings. You can't go wrong with that. Number 2, mango habanero, undefeated. It's
a good sauce.
Nice and spicy. You got the sweetness of the mango in there as well. And then at number 1, it's the classic. It's the staple. Again, if you get it anywhere you want, it's going to be good no matter where you are. It's honey barbecue.
There it is.
All right.
Me and you got a lot of similarities, man.
Yeah, rock solid. I noticed, D-Mac, you notice in Spenny's list there's a good mix of sweet and hot. That seems to be the
sort
palate.
of like that's, what Spenny's made it. That's Spenny to his core. Sweet and hot. There it is.
Matches the personality, I guess. A lot of love for Caribbean jerk. Caribbean jerk solid.
Man,
what? Rock solid.
Oh, you going to see Caribbean jerk represented.
All right. Sure. Well, batting second.
Yes, sir.
KG.
Bow, out the park, baby. All right. So shout out to my nephew, Kyrie, who was in the picture with me. That was our first Wings game. But
shout out.
At number 5, Asian Zing. I love me a good Asian Zing from B-Dubs, man. I don't know what it is about that sauce, but it's addictive.
Can we real
Look
quick?
Look at him wrapping their wings. That's tight,
oh yeah,
bro.
that was the first Wings game ever, man. Yeah, man. That's on the Joe Louis steps too. So R.I.P. Joe Louis.
Can we, since we're talking about it, you brought it up. Can we just all admit that it's a good thing for Buffalo Wild Wings that they have the sauces? Because without the sauces, they ain't packing much.
That is facts.
Yeah, a pack of ass, yes. Without the sauce.
The sauces are elite. So
no, they are. So, yeah, Asian Zing at number 5. Number 4, sweet chili. I feel like this sauce is kind of slept on. Spinny had it on his list, but a lot of people sleep on sweet chili, man. It's not
in the conversation typically.
Yeah, but it's a really good sauce, though, especially if you get it from certain places. At number 3, Caribbean jerk. We just discussed it. Caribbean. I'm a big fan of Jamaican food. I gotta get Caribbean jerk. You can throw that on salmon. You can throw it on chicken. It don't matter, man. Jerk is good on anything. Pause. At number 2, the one you was giving me the death stare about. Okay. Garlic Parmesan.
Kick it.
Now you can get this dry rub, but you can also get this in a wet sauce as well. Pause. So garlic parm is one of my favorite flavors of chicken. You can't go wrong with it. I've never had a bad garlic parm wing. Never, ever, and probably won't. So, and at number 1, hot wings. I'm a big fan of hot wings. I would probably make it halfway through that Hot Ones show that everybody tries the wings on. I make it about halfway. But yeah, I love me a good hot wing. Don't matter, from wherever.
Since the moment of truth is here, D-Mac, is garlic parm on your list? Is it on your list? It is. Okay. Then out of respect, we'll go through your list, and then I will address the garlic parm situation.
Okay.
Fair?
Please do. I need to see what your beef is.
On my list. It's only number 1, Neil.
Yeah.
It's only number 1. Let's go back and start at 5, though. Traditional buffalo. Or
give D-Mac the death stare there. Yeah, you ain't gonna do that.
Stuff like this. Big fan of teriyaki.
Yeah,
I like teriyaki sauce.
Honorable mention.
So you put it like teriyaki wing. Asian Zing. Saw you both right there.
My
much
dog.
Love, much
My
love.
dog.
Oh, yeah.
Spenny. Also number 2 on my list. Little sweet, little hot, little mango habanero. Can't go wrong. And number 1 all day long, Kenny. Sorry, Neil. On this one, sir, we have found where you are incorrect. Garlic Parmesan is number 1.
This is why Mac got his card before you.
Slap it down.
This is exactly why.
Before I
got
go to
you,
my
Kenny.
list,
Yes.
the garlic parm thing, here's the deal. I will say this. 1 garlic parm wing is pretty good. However, garlic Parmesan is the donuts of chicken wing sauces.
I disagree.
1 is good. The second one, it's okay. The third one, you're like, this is too much.
It depends on where you get it from.
It is really salty.
It's super salty, dude, and it's diminishing returns. It gets worse as it goes, and I think nothing is more overrated than garlic parm sauce on wings. Nothing. The salt just. Again, how it gets worse as you go. I never understood that, man.
That is true. I will give you that. I couldn't sit there and eat a whole basket of garlic parm.
And people
crazy.
do.
Y'all
Guys
crazy.
like to my left here.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all are crazy.
It's too much.
It depends on where you get them from, but
no, it does. I found that it doesn't.
Okay.
I found that it doesn't.
I did. We respectfully disagree.
So I converted one of you. There you go.
Yeah, it wasn't on my list.
There you go. Absolutely. So I win. To quote the great Sam Flannel, I win, you lose.
Psych. It's 50-50 split.
The room's.
Hey,
guys are
Brady.
entrenched.
Brady, garlic parm. What's your feelings on garlic parm? You can hop in the mash here real quick.
Hurry up.
My feelings on garlic parm are every time I eat it, there's always way too much sauce on that wing.
That's the other part of it.
I have to scrape it off. It's the only sauce that I have to scrape off.
Because there's so much of it left because people think that a lot of people get it, but they don't. It's like the candy corn thing.
It's not like candy corn.
It's
Don't
not
you
like
dare.
candy corn. It's
edible.
It's
right.
edible.
Don't you
Right.
dare compare that to candy corn. Don't disrespect
I
garlic parm
agree.
like that.
I 100% agree with your take, Neil, that you can't just eat 15 garlic parm wings. That's aggressive.
Y'all wow.
I'll take like 3 of them in a sampler platter, but come on.
Ryan's Lions. Watch my list. All right, here we go. My top
It better be
5
good.
wings, sauces. At number 5, blue cheese. You can make it work with a plain wing.
God.
With a plain wing.
Now, see, we agree. I like blue cheese.
I hate blue
he
cheese.
hates it, but we on the same page.
Well, it takes class to like blue cheese.
It does.
You know,
it's
absolutely.
a different. It's not for everybody.
Number 4, regular ass barbecue. Like that's just it just works.
Regular ass barbecue.
Regular ass barbecue.
Yeah, dog. It's all reliable.
You could just buy some Sweet Baby Ray's and throw them on there.
Yep.
Regular ass barbecue.
Yep.
It doesn't
All
matter
reliable.
what kind. And this one has climbed my list quickly. Nashville hot. I know it's trendy. I know that it's new. You know, it's new money wing sauce.
It's good,
But D-Mac, I'm in my thing where if I go to a spot and they have Nashville hot, I'm giving it a spin. And I don't usually give it a spin because I don't eat wings a ton. So when I do, I want to stick with what's reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like I want what I want. And that's it, because I don't eat a ton of them. But if they got Nashville hot, I'm stepping in there. Much like we said, number 2, regular ass buffalo. You can't mess it up. You can't mess it up. You can get the true measure of a place's wings by regular ass buffalo wings. That's it. And it's good because it's a sauce, but it's versatile because it works in ranch if that's your thing. Blue cheese if that's your thing. Just the regular ass buffalo sauce if that's your thing too.
This is where I'm debating you. Number 1.
Ryan's Lions. Nobody has spicy garlic sauce. I do. Ryan's Lions. Number 1. Absolute number 1. It's what I learned on. Lucky for Buffalo Wild Wings, they have spicy garlic sauce because they got nothing else. To me, they have nothing else.
Their food sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They got other
that
good
kills our
sauces,
sponsor, but their sauces are good, but the wing quality is terrible.
Trash, absolutely.
Went down in recent
But
years.
the spicy garlic sauce is electric, and lucky for you, you can get it in the store. So that's it.
The garlic taste is what makes it salty. So if you can't deal with garlic parm, why can you deal with spicy garlic? That makes no sense.
Because there's a flavor to it. There's a spicy and a garlic flavor to it. It's not just salt overriding you. Now after you eat 12
the Parmesan
of them,
not giving you the salt though. It's the garlic.
But after you eat 12 of them, you won't notice it immediately. You're going to in 30 minutes, like when you swell up, because you just took in 5,000 milligrams of sodium. Like you're going to swell up, but you know.
It's a little contradictory to me, but we can disagree on that.
No, it's not. You don't get it when you eat it. You get it after, but you don't get it when you eat it. That's the difference.
It does balance a little better.
Yes. All right. Let's take the break. In the meantime, drop a top 5 list in the chat. We'll come up with next week.
Yep,
Why
next
should we think about it? The
Right?
chat will do it for us.
After you eat some or some spicy garlic wings, where do you got to go to work it off?
Well, I can't right after because how you gonna run on the treadmill after
gonna have the BGs.
You got 5,000 or 6,000
That was
milligrams
literally
of
me
sodium.
yesterday after eating Soroki's for that watch party.
God.
I was on that treadmill. I was struggling.
But hey, the next day, you know where I'm tapping back into Planet Fitness, everybody. It's the best gym in the gym game. It's one of the best values in American consumerism. Black Card option, $24.99 a month. You get access to every Planet Fitness in the world. Over 2,600 of them.
I like top 5 milks. Just saying.
Planet Fitness,
Cambodian
the best gym in the
breast
gym
milk.
game. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. They got a sleek little app that you can use as well to check in and check out of. You don't have to worry about carrying around that silly card with you. All of that. If you want cardio, if you ate too much sodium the night before, get in there on the cardio. Tons of treadmills, tons of steppers, tons of ellipticals. You want to clang the weights? Do that. Tons of weights to work with.
At chest
also.
today. Already. Woke up at 7 a.m. went and hit chest.
You went and hit the chest already.
Hit the gym,
so
all
you lifted
chest,
a lot
no
of weights,
legs.
and you did it at Planet Fitness.
I did.
Because you can do any kind of workout you want. They got the stretch areas as well, the stretch cage. You can do that, the 30-minute circuit, all of it. It is Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com, pull in the parking lot, however you want to join. Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. All right, everybody. Dr. Pierce, he's our injury insider, comes to us courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. We had him on yesterday. It was electric. He broke down the Frank Ragnow thing. He knows what he's talking about. You can scan the QR code on the screen. If you're a weekend warrior, you're dealing with bumps and bruises, aches and pains, all of it. Dr. Jeff Pierce got me and Spenny squared away.
Yes, he did.
Like, I'm just saying, guys, the proof's in the pudding. And, oh, by the way, a certain guy in this room that won 4 Stanley Cups, who did he trust his career with? Dr. Jeff Pierce. You know anybody in this building?
Yeah,
Anybody?
maybe.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But anyway, Dr. Jeff Pierce, every Tuesday with us here on Big D Energy, every Thursday with Ermanni and Edwards. It's Dr. Jeff Pierce, and he's powered by Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. Final segment of the show. What are top 5 lists in the chat stick out to you?
Top 5 milk.
Top 5 scams.
Top 5 scams. Top 5 options.
Did we do top 5 movies? I didn't. It's not in the chat, but that'd be a good one. Top 5 balls.
Top 5 gas station foods.
Well, it's sushi, and that's it.
Hey, no.
Yeah, you doing the gas station sushi.
Biscuit sandwich?
We don't do it about sports, guys.
Yeah, no sports. That's the whole point.
Top
5 freak offs, says Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
Well, we're still gathering information.
Yeah.
Right.
We need more of that to release.
Top 5 chat members, WSN.
Top 5
Ryan's
smells.
reaction?
We did top 5 smells.
We did top 5 smells, yep.
Cut grass was really high on everybody's list.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Top 5 get rights.
Top 5 movie genres.
Top 5 moments we thought the Tigers were dead. Oh, I like this.
I like top 5 milk.
Top 5 road trip snacks.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, we in, D-Mac? You're in. You're a big
Top 5
road trip snacks.
Ooh, road trip snacks?
Yeah.
Oh, I got that on lockdown.
That is a
Says
lock.
it all.
That is a lock.
All right, we're in. Top 5 road trip snack. Top 5 nuts. Those are.
I almost died on a road trip one time of heartburn because I had a concoction of. We were eating salt and vinegar kettle cooked chips,
which is fine on its own.
It's fine on its own.
And
then we stopped at the jerky outlet, and I ate a jalapeno pickled egg.
Oh my god!
Which was really good.
You was asking for it.
And then my boy had this super spicy like turkey jerky, and he was like, pack it like a lip and just put it in your gum.
Oh,
and let
what
it sit.
the hell?
And I did it. It was really good. But I literally felt like it was like Mount Vesuvius just
In your
building. I
chest.
was like, oh God. I was like, I need Tums. Luckily, my boy had some Tums because it would have been bad. Like, I literally felt it building. It was scary. My life flashed before my eyes.
I did that up at the guys' golf trip one time. We were getting ready to play, and it started raining, like raining.
Yeah.
Like even D-Mac wouldn't play in this raining. And D-Mac will play in anything. I won't, but he will. And it started raining, so we went to the bar, and it was breakfast, so I had a Bloody Mary, and then I had another Bloody Mary. And then I had a third Bloody Mary.
I know this story.
And that was too many of it. I have a picture that the guys just sent me today. You want me to send that over to you real quick?
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat.
Put it in Slack.
I will right now. But yeah, I don't advise. It's funny that they sent this picture today and this topic came up. I don't advise ever having more than 2 Bloody Marys. I just don't. But it got to the point where the heartburn, Spenny, was so bad that I was unable to eat the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
I've been there before.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
like that kind of heartburn. But D-Mac, it was rough, man.
All right.
I've never seen rain that hard either. You would not have played.
Did you put it in Slack?
I did. Yep. It should be in there. And,
All right, go Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. D-Mac, you got to see this picture though. Like this is what it led to that day. This picture is from that day that I just brought up. So it is something.
He's working on it.
It was actually they turned this picture into the logo for the following year. So
God. You look defeated in that picture. You do.
And I was only halfway through.
Jesus.
It's good stuff right there.
That was the logo on the shirt the next year. So there is that. We'll be back at it tomorrow, D-Mac.
Sounds good.
Thursday, everybody. Go Tigers. Go
Tigers.
Marlins. Go Nationals. Fair? For everybody, I'm Neil Rule. Big D Energy. Well, see you later.